Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Well, we want to spend a little time, maybe for a few days, talking about something that is most popularly known as the Golden Rule. And Jesus said it in his Sermon on the Plain in Luke and also in Matthew in the Sermon on the Mount. In all things do unto others as you would have them do unto you, is the common understanding of that. Right?
Right. Take it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like in the Lord's Prayer too. Father, forgive us as we
our
forgive
trespasses.
those who trespass against us, and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. That it's just the most logical way to live, because otherwise you end up in this complete embroilment into who's right, who's wrong, who deserves the forgiveness and who doesn't, and all of that. And if one uses this as a guide for living, it like simplifies things so much. And it also takes us out of the need to control the people around us. So, how I find it works in my life is when someone is, injured me, acted like an enemy toward me, and so my knee-jerk inclination would be to try to control them, get them back, or make them treat me differently. That's the one that I personally settle into.
All right. And some people do think that when you say do unto others as you would have them do unto you, that's kind of a tit for tat thing.
Oh.
Is that what this is?
No, completely not.
Oh.
Because it's where you're taking the initiative to basically bless the other person, no matter how they're treating you. So honestly, to take a situation, my grandmother had a great phrase that she used. She said, what you send into the lives of others comes back into your own. And that's very much what the, kind of the corollary to do unto others that you would have them do unto you is. So it's sort of like, okay, if I find somebody is being, unreasonable toward me, let's pretend that. They've lost their temper.
Just pretend.
Yeah, let's pretend that maybe happened
Never
sometime.
No, I'm never that way.
No, it's true, he hardly ever loses his temper. Let's say that does happen.
Yeah.
Well, sort of like, instead of reprimanding them and letting them know how wrong they are and that they are going to need to apologize immediately and all that stuff, how would I want to be treated if I kind of lost it with someone? And I'm sure that I would probably feel badly about it and all that, but how would I want someone to treat me in that instance?
Okay.
And of course, I would want somebody to immediately forgive me and understand it was coming from a not great place, and there were reasons beyond our relationship why all that went on, and just to let it go. That would be the thing I would most want somebody to do if I lost it with them.
Okay.
So therefore, that informs me that that's probably a good thing for me to do when someone loses it in my presence.
And what comes to me, I have this strong memory of my dad and I. When I was a teenager and rambunctious with my driving, I had been driving along, coming home from college one night, and it was icy, and I wasn't paying attention, and I slammed on the brakes, but I rammed into the back end of another car. And unexpected, my dad, who would often say things like, "You knuckleheads," what's wrong with you? Anyway, so I fully expected that, because whenever we had an emergency like this, Dad would leave work, and with his towing chain and whatever, bless his heart, he would come looking for all five of us, And he came and found me there, and I expected that he'd say, "You knucklehead, what the heck were you thinking?" And instead, I was ready with all my excuses, right? And instead, he just said, "Are you okay?" And it just so threw me off. And then he said, "Come on, let's get this car home."
Yeah.
Just like that. He never scolded me. He never lectured me. He never said, "Now, next time, da." He didn't just say a thing. He knew that was enough of a lesson for me. I had to pay for increased insurance. That was one of the things I had to do. But otherwise, there was no reprimand, no nothing. Just let's get this car home, and we got it working again, fixed again, Thank God, he was an auto mechanic. He could fix everything, it would seem.
The other thing that's wonderful about the Golden Rule is that it isn't. It is a guide that works in a variety of situations, and sort of like, and not every situation is it necessarily the choice that how you would want to be treated is let off the hook.
No, I understand that.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not correcting you. I'm
okay.
expanding.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Why the Golden Rule is golden.
Okay.
Because it's not a rule that says when people lose it, always let them off the hook. It's sort of, it's like search your own heart and how would you, given the givens of the circumstance, how would you want to be treated? And it's always a good guide.
Yeah.
Always a good guide.
My guess is my dad picked that up from his dad, because his dad was very quiet about things too. Kind of more learn by example guy. But I never forgot that. With my daughters, I remembered that. And every time Sarah had a car accident, which seemed to be often.
Well, it wasn't her fault.
No, it wasn't all her fault. No, I know.
I think one was her fault.
It was never, why don't you watch what you're doing? It was, so you're saying that what you put into the lives of others comes back to you, but that's also, I think, when you experience a certain way of being treated right, in a decent way, it's more likely that you're going to treat other people the same way when you have a similar encounter. Do I make sense when I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Now, so I think this is like kind of your basic law for human interaction.
Okay.
Treat other people the way you want to be treated.
Okay.
And, and it fits into, like as I was talking about, the rule of government is to protect the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That fits in well with that whole concept of everybody deserves to have the good stuff of life.
Yep.
And so I'm going to help
Other
make
people.
Sure they have it,
That's
kind of
good.
a thing.
And I think that's good for today. I think we have so much more to say.
Oh, that's right.
this.
It is about time. Okay, we'll talk.
Would you mind praying for us today?
Not at all. Oh, dear Lord, help us to remember when we start to fret about how should we respond to someone, to remember your golden rule and to treat them just exactly as the way we would want to be treated. Amen.
Amen.
Bye.
Have a good day.